Motion to revoke.
Yes, sir.
Please make sure you speak loud enough.
Yes.
Case will you be calling first?
I'll call the new case. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'll call the new case first, the W.
Well, I was just gonna suggest the MTR should probably go first because the new case is a number one on that MTR.
Okay,
And I only inquire because there's two different attorneys.
all righty. All right, the court is calling 2024 CR 007138 State versus I. King Scott. Can I have parties announce?
Rick Pena for the state of Texas.
Joseph Stateson standing in for Joanne De Hoyos. I've previously stood in for her. I had permission previously, but Mr. Scott, will you give this court permission for me to do this in place of Ms. De Hoyos today?
Yes,
All right, Mr. Scott, did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision and First Amendment Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
yes, Your Honor.
Are you the same King Rahim Scott who was placed on community supervision in 2024 CR 007138 for the offense of assault, choking, strangulation on July 25th, 2024 for a term of 3 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor, we're here this morning on state's first amended motion to revoke community supervision. Violation of condition number one. On or about the 26th date of June 2025 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, King Rahim Scott, committed the offense of assault in violation of condition number one.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
State will waive the remaining violations, Your Honor.
Any objections?
None.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number one, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you to 3 years in the prison?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number one?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, that is to revoke the defendant's community supervision and sentence him to 3 years TDC.
Is that the agreement, defense?
Yes, Your Honor. And if I may put something on the record,
Yes.
this was part of a package deal where he'll be entering a plea on the number one alleged offense he just pled true to. We asked for this case to run concurrent with that new offense. I do not have the waiver number, but you may have that waiver number. I apologize. If the MTR can run with the waiver number, Your Honor.
That's correct. I was gonna mention that at the new plea when we do that.
All right.
All credit for time that he has served.
All right. Mr. Scott,
Yes,
are you asking the court to follow this agreement?
please, Your Honor.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then the court will follow your agreement. The court is finding you guilty. The court will revoke, sentence you to 3 years in the prison. Legally, I must give you credit for any time served. The court will give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Lauren Briannis. This is to run concurrent with 2025 CR 008891W. Did you review the documents entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with
Yes,
your attorney? Did you understand it?
yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, and also because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Just 1 second. All right, the court is proceeding in 2025 CR 008891W.
Michael Dwight Goins appearing for the defendant, Your Honor.
All right. All right, Mr. King, Did you review the document entitled Waiver of Indictment, Reading of Information and Rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure
Yes,
with
Your
your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
yes, Your Honor.
All right, is there a reason why your head is bowed? I don't understand. Did you understand that you have a right to have a grand jury hear this case and make a decision on whether or not to hold you over for a trial?
Yes,
Did you understand that your attorney has certain rights? Namely, he has 10 days to prepare for jury trial and 2 days to pass once he's presented with the information. Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
yes,
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
yes,
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived indictment, reading of information and rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
And Mr. Scott, did you review the information with your attorney? Did you understand it?
yes,
Counsel, do you waive the reading
We do, Your Honor.
and state you're proceeding on the information as presented?
We are, Your Honor.
Did you review the admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're again charged with assault, strangulation with a previous conviction? That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes,
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you are giving up those rights?
Yes,
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against
He
him?
does, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe he is and was, Your Honor.
Mr. King, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes,
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 6 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine, no applications. They're taking in consideration 2025 PF 24835, 2025 CC 009601. There's to be $60 restitution to the Bear County Lab. There's to be an affirmative finding of family violence and no contact with Lauren Briones. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes,
Court will find that, and I'm sorry, counsel, did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, I'm sorry, state, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
All right. Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
yes,
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
yes,
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
no contest.
State any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, state offers into evidence, state Exhibit 1 with all attachments.
No objection, Your
All
Honor.
right, and state, have you had contact with the complainant?
Yes, we have, Your Honor.
And I'm assuming, I guess she doesn't want to go forward.
That's correct.
All
Well,
right,
At least initially, yes, we haven't been able to make contact with it.
all right. Mr. King, did you review the waiver and stipulations? You may be excused, state.
Thank you.
Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes,
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say, sir?
No,
All right. Why do you keep putting your hands on Miss Briones?
honestly, I didn't.
Oh, you want a jury trial? Because I'm sure they will attach her and bring her in here. And you were not even supposed to have contact with her. So why are you violating the court's orders?
That she came to my place.
Yeah, and then what ends up happening? There's a witness who has nothing to do with you or her
Yeah,
saying that you were violent towards her.
Your Honor, I wasn't violent towards her. She was violent towards me. I just moved. I left the.
But do you want a jury trial?
I don't feel like going through all that because you just want to get this over with.
All right. So the court is going to sentence you to 6 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, $1,500 fine. Take in consideration 2025 PF 24835, 2025 CC 009601. There's $60 restitution to the laboratory for testing. There's to be no contact with Lauren Briones, and there's to be no residing with minors. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor. Can I ask you a
Because it's,
question?
yes.
Okay, you're saying like after I finish doing my parole and everything, I have no right to take care of my child?
You are not allowed to reside or stay in any household where there are children. And you know why I'm doing that? Because there are crazy, stupid women who are out here who will allow someone who has no job, no prospects, been to prison. They think they're great. They allow them to move in their household with their children, babysit their children. Then a child either ends up dead or being abused in some sort of way. So can you write a check to your child? Of course. I'm sure they would appreciate some finances. But as far as you living in a home with children, absolutely not.
Even if I'm not the aggressor?
You are not allowed to reside in any home with minors.
Okay,
Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
yes,
Because it's plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
mm-hmm,
All right. Thank you, sir.
thank
Your
you.
Honor, before we get off the record, if I may, I believe Mr. Scott was saying something that, just so that he's not confused.
Yes.
My understanding is that there was a violation report regarding the contact allegation made by a CPS caseworker,
Mhm.
where CPS informed Mr. Scott to come to the government agency. So a government actor told him, come to the CPS facility. They brought Miss Briones. I know there's other violations, but just so that he's clear, if he's ever in a situation again where CPS is telling him to come to a facility, he has to make certain that Miss Briones cannot be there.
Now, so here's the thing. If there's a government agency and that government agency says, hey, you need to be here, then he can be there if she's there. But after that, no. If there is a court hearing and he comes to a court hearing, and at the court hearing, it's some civil matter involving children, yes, he can be there. But outside of that, no.
Part of the allegations were alleged that about those CPS contacts, the state did waive those.
Mhm.
So he can understand it. You understand now that if CPS does reach out to you, you can.
Which told me otherwise.
No, what I told him is he cannot reside with any minors. And honestly, Lauren Briones shouldn't be residing with any minors. It appears that none of them are able to financially take care of their children. They are not in a healthy relationship, and children should not be around that. So he's not allowed to reside with any minors. And the reason why I'm doing that is because there are so many women who will have somebody who comes from prison out on a murder charge, gang member, bring absolutely nothing to the table, don't have a job, have no prospects. They meet them at a club on a Friday night, bring them back home, and then the next thing you know, they're living there. And then the next thing you know, either a child is dead or a child is some way abused. So right now, he's not presenting anything to the court where I believe that he should be residing in a household with minors.
I'm not,
Your Honor,
not to address that. Ms.
on
McLeod.
that, I've been working and taking care of my kid ever since she was born. I'm the one that's been working hard.
Let me ask you this. Do
CPS,
you live with your child?
when I had my child, yes, I was living with my.
Are you currently living with your child?
No, I've been.
All right,
I've been
so-
separated.
And how old is your child?
She's 1.5,
All right.
and I have a daughter that's needs 3 years old,
Mhm.
and I'm taking care of her and putting her
And
in
are-
college.
Is Miss Brianna's mother any of those children?
No,
All right, so the
Oh.
court has made its ruling.
Yes, Judge.
This way, sir.
that's.
All right, court is calling 2025 CR 005260 State versus Alicia Bloss.